Hey everyone, and welcome. You know that feeling when you're in a speaking exam and they hit you with one of those huge, what about the future questions, and your mind just goes blank? Well, this explainer is for you. Today, we're unlocking a secret weapon, a grammar tense that will make your answers about the future sound way more fluent, descriptive, and seriously confident.
So, here's our game plan. First, we're going to nail down exactly what makes these questions so tricky. Then, I'll give you your grammar power-up. We'll look at how to build it, create a playbook for when to use it, and then, the best part, we'll put it all into practice with some real exam questions. Sound good? Let's dive in.
Okay, so first things first, let's talk about the challenge. Examiners absolutely love to ask about the future. And why wouldn't they? It's the perfect way to test if you can speculate and use a good range of language. But let's be real, when you're on the spot and the clock is ticking, these can be the absolute hardest questions to nail.
So take a look at this one. How will the way we work change over the next 20 years? Just think about it for a sec. Under pressure, right now, what would you say? This is a classic question, and it's designed to see if you can really develop an idea beyond the basics.
Now, maybe your first instinct is to say something like this. And you know what? Grammatically, it's totally correct. Nothing wrong with it. But it's also kind of simple, right? It's a single, flat statement. It doesn't really show off your skills or invite a bigger conversation. And for a top score, you got to bring a little more to the table.
And that is where our grammar power-up comes in, the future continuous tense. Seriously, think of this as the tool that takes a simple answer and turns it into the sophisticated, detailed vision of the future. This is the secret weapon I was talking about.
Here's the real game changer. The future continuous lets you stop just stating facts and start painting a picture. You're not just saying what will happen, you're describing what will be happening. You're creating a whole scene, an atmosphere, a future that's actually in progress.
So, what is this thing exactly? Well, it's the tense we use when we want to talk about something that will be ongoing, still happening, at a certain point in the future. It's all about describing the background noise, the general vibe of the future world you're imagining.
Now for the best part. For a tense that sounds this impressive, it is surprisingly easy to build. I promise. Let's break down the blueprint for how to put it together.
It's really just a simple 3-step recipe. First, you grab your subject, people, technology, I, whatever. Then you add the magic little phrase, will be. And finally, you take your main verb and stick an ing on the end. That's it. Subject plus will be plus verbing. Easy.
And this right here shows you the huge difference in feeling. People will use AI. Okay, that's a fact. A prediction. Boom. But people will be using AI in their daily lives. Can you feel the difference? Suddenly, you can picture it. It creates this ongoing atmosphere where AI is just part of everything we do. It's so much more dynamic.
Okay, so knowing how to build it is one thing, but knowing exactly when to pull it out and use it, well, that's what makes you a pro. So let's get into the playbook for your new power-up.
Basically, you'll want to reach for this tense anytime you're asked to really imagine what the future looks like. So if you're describing a future scene, or predicting a trend that will continue over time, or just talking about what people will generally be doing, this is your go-to. It's perfect for adding that extra layer of detail. All right, enough theory. The absolute best way to get this is to see it in action. So let's take a few typical exam questions and see how we can level up our answers from just okay to really, really good.
So let's take this classic question. An examiner leans in and asks, what kind of jobs do you think will be popular in the future? What do you say?
A really strong answer could be something like this. I believe more people will be working in fields like renewable energy, as our society will be focusing more on sustainability. See how that feels? It's not just a one-time event. You're describing these big, ongoing shifts in what we value and what we do for work. Okay, ready for another one? This time, it's about our daily habits, about how we shop. So, how do you think shopping will change in the coming years? You could answer with, that's an interesting question. I imagine we will be doing most of our shopping online, and physical stores will be offering more immersive experiences. Notice that? You're painting a picture of two things happening at once. You're not just stating a fact, you're describing how the entire world of shopping is going to be evolving. And let's do one last one. This is a big, imaginative question about education. 30 years from now, what's a classroom going to look like?
A fantastic answer for this would be, In 30 years, I think students will be learning through virtual reality, and teachers will be acting more as facilitators. This creates such a vivid image of that future classroom in action. It's a living, breathing scene, not just a static photo.
So here's the bottom line. Using the future continuous just elevates your answers. It's a pretty simple grammar trick, but it makes you sound more visionary, more descriptive, and let's be honest, way more fluent. You're not just answering the question anymore. You're building a whole world with your words.
So instead of asking what you will achieve with your English, I'm going to ask you this. Now that you have this new tool in your back pocket, what will you be achieving with your English next? Just think about it. The future of your fluency, it's already in progress.